Hello everybody, it's Niklas and welcome to this new video on Darktable, and in this video we are going to see how to work with exposure. So it means we are going to see how to work with different adjustments, to work with the exposure and to be able to adjust, for example, the highlights and to adjust, for example, the shadows. You can subscribe to this YouTube channel if you like the content. First link on the description, the complete course Darktable is available. So if you want to learn Darktable starting from scratch with a course structure, it will be on the first link on the description. You will see the models, the session, what you will be able to learn in this complete course, different hours of training content to perfectly master Darktable. In the second link on the description, it is a website linked with this YouTube channel. In this YouTube channel, you can discover software and have basics of this software. And second link on the description, it is like an online school. You can pick a course and you can learn any graphic software. So we are going to first select an image. So I will go on image here. And the image that I'm going to select, it is this one. So with this image, concretely, if I take a look, I can have the highlights on the sky. So highlights, what is this? It is the area bright on your image. And we can have the shadows on the rock area. The shadows, what is this? It is the dark area on your image. If I go on the right, we have different type of adjustment. In the base adjustment, you can have basic adjustment to work with the highlights and the shadows. But you can work also with a tone adjustment, and it is another type of way where you can also adjust the highlights and the shadows. The highlights and shadows adjustment will be in the process of photo improvement, the first thing that you can do. If I just take a look here at light shadows, I will click on this area and you can activate shadows and highlights. Why automatically you have plus 50 and minus 50? For a simple reason that on most of the images, you will have to increase the shadows and to decrease the highlights. Not on all the images, but the most of the images, you can do this. And this is why by default we have plus 50 and minus 50. So concretely here I will impact the highlight, so it means more the sky area, as you can see. And here I will impact the shadow, so concretely more the rock area. If I do something like this, I will reinforce the contrast, more difference between highlights and shadows. And here I will decrease the contrast to have more balance between the highlights and the shadows. I will show you after a concrete example about the correction. You can change the white point adjustment, so it means the point with the brighten on your image, and you can adjust this point. And if you want to soften, you can soften, because sometimes, for example, if I increase this and I decrease this, you can have, as you can see, some area with little light around this area, for example, and you can use soften with radius, for example. This is one of the things that you can do. The first things to do generally is to use a shadows and highlight. And you get complete with other type of thing. After that, if you want to adjust again the contrast or the exposure, it's possible. When you go in the quick access panels here, you have on this area a local contrast adjustment. So for example, here you have sigmoid and local contrast, and sigmoid correspond to contrast. So concretely, if I activate this one, you can put some contrast after and you can reinforce the contrast. So it means more difference between the highlights and shadows if you increase, or less difference between the highlights and shadows, just like that. And if you want to work with the exposure, you can find exposure here, and you have this adjustment, exposure adjustment, and you can increase the exposure or decrease the exposure. It's just pretty simple. But the exposure adjustment is not only here. So it means if you go in the base adjustment, in the base adjustment, you can find also some exposure. When I go on this area, I can find exposure. And you have also the exposure here. So the exposure adjustment is located in the base and located in the quick access panels. If I just click here, we have the tone adjustment. In the tone adjustment, you have also sigmoid, so it means contrast. So it's a little bit strange because in the quick access panels, you have some basic adjustments that you can use, and you can see this basic adjustment also in other area. Like in this case, in the base, you have also exposure, and in this case, in the tone, you have also sigmoid. So something that I will do, it is to reset the parameter here. I will go in my active models and I will deactivate these different parameters. And let's take a look with a second example. My second example will be, I will switch for another image, will be this one. And as you can see, we have a big difference between the sky area and the river area with the building. So concretely, we have too much light here and we have not enough light here. So the balance is not pretty good. So something that we can do is first to use add lights and shadows. I will go directly here, base, and I will activate the add lights and shadows and add lights adjustment, and I will click here. And even by default, plus 50, minus 50, as you can see, it's pretty good about to have a right balance in this image. But if I want to increase more, I can increase a little bit more, plus 60, and maybe it's too much, but let's reduce a little bit the add lights. As you can see, this area will be a little bit darker, and this area will be brighter. And this is the reason for which, when I have this adjustment, as you can see, is the first things of process that you can do. So before to work on colors, before to work on details, before to add any effects, the first things to do is to focus on the exposure, and the first things to do, shadows, add lights, just like this. After, if you want to soften a little bit with the radius, you can. You have also the compression value. And after to do this type of work, I can, for example, put contrast again. I can click here. You can also have access to the sigmoid, so contrast on this area, just like that. And by default, we have 1.5, so I can just put a little bit contrast, like maybe this area. And if I want to work with the exposure, I can also find the exposure in the base categorize adjustment. I will find exposure again. But don't start with the exposure before the shadows and highlights. You need first to adjust the shadows, to adjust the highlights, and after you have the right balance, you want to put again a little bit contrast or adjust the exposure like this. It's possible to do this, but you can do this only after to adjust your shadows and highlights, for example. Let's just take a look to my active module just on this area. And that's it. We are going to stop here for these videos. If you like, subscribe to these YouTube channels. First link on the description. The complete course Darktable is available. So if you want to learn Darktable starting from scratch with a course structure, it will be on the first link on the description. You will see the models, session of the course, what you will be able to learn. Complete course to perfectly master Darktable for photo organization and for photo adjustment. Second link on the description, it is the website in link with this YouTube channel. You can learn software in these YouTube channels, have different information on the software. And second link on the description, it is a summary of all the graphic courses available. So it means